to the Yorkshire and Humber Youth Send Alliance podcast. I'm Tarryn, and this is...
My name's Theo, and I'm a member of the Yorkshire and Humber Youth Send Alliance.
My name's Robert. I'm a member of the Yorkshire and Humber Youth Alliance also.
And I'm Elli Brickwood. I'm a senior lecturer in education at the University of Huddersfield. So, thank you for joining us, and we're going to talk through sort of three areas around education, employment and community. So, starting with education, if you can tell me what makes you feel included and understood at school, college or higher education, what's make you feel settled?
I'd probably say having them more, be more patient and just having just a lot more understanding and knowledge on difference and disabilities, because a lot of them have absolutely no clue, and they're actually working with a lot of them probably undiagnosed as well.
So that's, sorry, the staff you're talking
The
about there, the staff and...
all kinds of staff,
Yeah.
dinner ladies, caretakers, because a lot of students are going to more go to the teacher assistants and dinner ladies and caretakers than teachers, because sometimes they're quite intimidating.
Yeah.
And because of that authority figure, the other staff are easier to approach.
Fab.
I think for me, it's like talking about that inclusion and understanding is having friends. So when I was at university, I found it very difficult at first, but I found friends, and some of them, and majority of them, are neurodiverse, so that's been really good to share experiences. So that's something I would say for me, and I think for my friends as well, is having that support network from their friends. So that's something, again, that's quite important to me.
Cool.
One thing I found, as I know it's a case that you just get sometimes amazing lecturers who will put the time in, but when they do, it really makes a difference, because the thing is, I had one lecturer who would just let me come to his office pretty much most times and just work through things, even if I didn't understand something, or I feel like having that sort of tailored support is really key. Also, having the spaces that are neurodivergent friendly is good. Like, I remember the library places, you were able to switch the lights so there was sort of sensory aware and things like that. So those were the two things that really stood out to me.
And I think, sort of summing up what the three of you have said there, it's about relationships, understanding and spaces, isn't it? Spaces that are suitable. I think that's really important. So sort of building on that, if you could change one thing about the school day to make it better for neurodivergent or SEND young people, what would you do? What would that one change be that you would make?
Having like flexible seating in classrooms, like being able to sit on the floor or a beanbag, or having a yoga ball or a spinny chair, so that I can concentrate better and not be sat in one uncomfortable position for an hour or 2 hours, depending how long the lesson is, and having space so that I could just lay on the floor, have floor time. Yeah. Because if you're feeling a bit terrible, usually if you get a snack and you lay on the floor, you'll be fine in 10 minutes.
It's a good way to look at it. Excellent. What else?
It's a difficult one. I think more or less having kind of spaces. So if you need that time out, you're not having to go out into a corridor or something where it's a bit crowded. You've got these like more specialised spaces, so people don't see you as well, feeling frustrated, feeling upset, feeling angry or worried about things, and they're not going to come up to you and you just need to be alone. So I think that's really important.
Yeah. Anything else you think?
Picking up on what Theo said, I feel like there's an argument for having something like a sensory room, where you can just go and escape for a bit. And schools argue that they don't have the space for that, but they have a room somewhere they can create into that sort of space.
Yeah.
And I feel like it wouldn't take that many resources to make it into something that would help neurodivergent students with their sort of throughout the day.
Yeah, so space is a biggie, isn't it, I think? And you're right, schools saying there is no space, but there's generally an exclusion room, isn't there? So, yeah, making that into a sort of sensory space would be really useful, wouldn't it? And I guess access to that space has to be sort of quite constant rather than just on a timetable. It's more, when you need a snack and I lie down on the floor. Yeah, cool. So what do you wish that teachers understood better about neurodivergent or SEND young people?
That a lot of them have slow processing, so in lessons when they're given a time, by the time that time is done, I've only just processed the task and I haven't even done it. So a lot of the time I'd never actually completed any task or any work because I'd only just processed what I was supposed to do or what they'd just taught us. So I was always either in isolation because I didn't do any work, or having to go at break times and lunch to finish off my work, and I was just like, I've told you that I need more time, but you actually, it's like it's gone in one ear and come out the other, and we never had the conversation. So just more understanding and less pressure and more patience to give us time to understand and process.
Cool, sounds good.
I think having that sort of awareness that everybody's different and that you might see somebody within the school who might talk to themselves, or somebody might knock on the wall, or somebody might do something different or might have a different trait that might not align to always what you think a student should look like, not just professional, more coming to a classroom, get on with it. They might find that a bit difficult. So I think having that sort of awareness that everybody's going to be different, there's different traits, and being able to cater towards that within your within yourself, so being able to prepare yourselves for that within school.
Anything to add?
And I think having the teachers understand that we perhaps process some of what we're supposed to do with the work differently, or that sometimes the way that typical people process what you're supposed to do with the work just isn't compatible with how neurodivergent brains work. For example, once I had I think it was a food tech lesson in or assignment at school, and my brain couldn't understand the assignment, did it wrong, and for doing it wrong, rather than the teacher coming and explaining it to me, I got detention. So I feel like more understanding of how to make those adaptations would be beneficial.
Yeah, so, I mean, you've all talked about there really about being punished for traits that are related to neurodivergence. And I think if we sort of summarise all three areas that you've covered there, they're only little things we're asking, aren't we, really? Which is knowledge, understanding, and actually taking the time to see what's best for you. Yeah, fab. So talking about employment, so how have you found moving from school, college, into work or training? How have you found that transition?
So I didn't really have that because in college they said they gave me support, but they didn't. It was just a broken laptop. And then after a bit they were like, for some reason the support isn't working, so we're gonna have to like take you off the course and remove you from the course. And I was like, well, you didn't. I had no say in it because they had meetings with my parents that I didn't know of. So there was just, I had no idea until my parents got the email and they showed me the email and it said, because the support haven't been working and you haven't been engaging, we're going to have to remove you from the course. So
Wow.
a broken laptop ain't going to support me. But so I didn't really have that step into work. I've just left college, been kicked out of college, and then my EHCP came in a week later, so I didn't get to use that. So it's been nearly 2 years and I haven't been able to do anything because I haven't got any qualifications and I haven't been able to get a job because I don't have any experience.
So you're kind of a bit lost in the
Yeah.
middle. Yeah.
I think for me, in terms of like, it's great that we had like university service there, careers support that I can still access for 3 years, so that was really, really good. But I think another service I've been going through, and I'm still going through, is called Pathways to Work. So that's a council service, and every council has them because I've done a bit of research into them, and they've been quite helpful in being able to move from university to into work. But I found it very, very difficult because I know a lot of my friends have who are not neurodiverse, but some of my neurodiverse friends have found that difficult as well, to be able to move from university and college into work, because the stuff, they're applying for things, they're looking for things, they're always looking for things, but there's a lot of knockbacks. It's not as easy in the industry I'm in, which is the media industry, so there's a lot of that. It's been quite difficult, and for me it's actually been quite difficult in lots of ways, really.
Do you want to tell us a couple of those ways that it's been difficult? Do you think what's made it inaccessible or made it difficult?
I think what's made it difficult is kind of like, I think, you know, leaving university and you've had 3 years of support, 3 years of stability and all that, and then you're like, you've moved back home, your parents are there to support you, but it's really kind of like, what do I do work-wise? Where do I go now? And it's looking at jobs that are not always tailored to your career skill set and what you want and what you're going to work in. So it's been a little more like, Mum and Dad have said, going through the channels that I'm going through, like Pathways to Work, you'll find something, they'll help you find something, and finally that's coming to something. But it felt like a number of months since July last year up to now where it's felt a little bit more difficult. And even applying for stuff when you've not got the right skill set they want, then that can be a little bit more difficult.
Cool, thank you.
I think also the Pathways to Work thing is not available to everyone.
Right.
Or if it is available to everyone, no one lets you know. And me and Theo did the same course at the same university, and out of university I applied for, I lost track at 600 jobs.
Wow.
And the amount of support was just basically zero out of university. I say that you do get 2 years after you do get 2 years career support after you leave. However, there's it's not specialised
Right.
to people with disabilities or neurodivergence. At least when I did my masters, the university have longer appointments for people with longer careers appointments for people with neurodivergence.
Yeah.
Which still isn't great, but at
No.
least it's sort of
It's a start.
It's a
isn't it?
start.
But, yeah.
And I started to sort of lose faith in the system a bit, because I know this isn't the case with every single employer, but you start to think they're looking at your application, seeing disability, and just thinking thinking what's the point in employing someone with a disability. And then I looked, and perhaps this doesn't fit into this question, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Go on, go for it.
And when I finally did get a role after university, it was an apprenticeship, paying less than the minimum wage. Had to go back to college, and to get access to work, to get to the job.
Yeah.
As much as I could have got the bus, and I did get the bus in the end, which is 2 buses or a bus and a walk. It would have cost me more than my wages.
Wow.
To access to work.
So effectively, you were paying them for doing the job for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's come up before, hasn't it, with the use of sort of disabled people, neurodivergent people, and, you know, volunteering. Oh, let's take you on. But actually, paying you, different matter.
Yeah.
That's something that's come up, hasn't it?